Have you ever had the chance to meet Jesus? Bill Gates has experienced this extraordinary moment, and their conversation will surprise you in ways you never expected. AI, or artificial intelligence, is changing the world. It's helping in areas like healthcare and education, but also raises big questions. Will it take away jobs? Can it be used fairly? And who should decide how it's controlled? Bill and Jesus explore these challenges together.
I'm Bill Gates, a technologist and philanthropist. I've spent my life exploring innovation and how it can improve the world. But today, I'm here to discuss something deeper: the future of humanity in the age of AI.
I am Jesus. My purpose has always been to guide humanity toward truth, compassion, and wisdom. Today we'll reflect on how those eternal values align with your modern challenges.
With these two extraordinary characters, we are about to witness a conversation that will leave you thinking deeply. Let's begin. AI promises amazing things, but it also brings big challenges. Millions of jobs could disappear, even as it creates new opportunities. Today, Bill Gates and Jesus discuss this important question. Is the progress from AI worth the cost of so many people losing their jobs?
This is something I think about a lot. AI can take over boring, repetitive tasks, which is great. It gives people the chance to do more creative and meaningful work. But there's a big downside. Millions of jobs could be lost. Drivers, factory workers, even office jobs. I wonder, is progress really progress if so many people are left struggling?
That's a serious concern, Bill. Progress can bring light, but it can also leave people in the dark. The real question is this: are you creating tools to help people, or are people being turned into tools to serve technology? When jobs disappear, what are you doing to make sure the people don't disappear too?
I've thought about that. Technology has always replaced some jobs while creating others. But AI is moving so fast, it's hard to keep up. I've been pushing for better education and retraining programs to help people find new work. Still, that won't fix everything. Some communities will have a really tough time, and the gap between rich and poor might get worse.
You're right, Bill. When change happens quickly, it can do a lot of good, or a lot of harm. Training programs are a good start, but we also need to care about the bigger picture. Progress isn't just about making money or being efficient. It's about treating people with dignity. What if no one was left behind? Not because of their skills, but because every person matters.
I get that. If we only think about profits and numbers, we miss what really matters: people. But it's hard. Governments and businesses often care more about money than about helping others. How do we get them to see the bigger picture?
Care comes from the heart, Bill. Leaders need to remember that their power isn't about control. It's about responsibility. They need to see money not as something to keep for themselves, but as a tool to help others. You can lead by example, and your kindness can inspire others to do the same.
I hope that's true, but it's frustrating when people only think short-term. It's easier to focus on profits than on compassion. Still, I think we can guide AI to do good things if we're careful. The hard part is staying on track.
Hope is important, Bill. The path forward depends on those who walk it. If people like you use AI with wisdom and kindness, it will reflect those values. But this journey isn't just for the rich or powerful. It's for everyone. Progress is only real when everyone moves forward together.
This talk shows us how tricky it is to balance progress with caring for people. Bill and Jesus remind us that the choices we make will shape the future. What do you think? How can we make sure technology helps everyone, not just a few? Next, we'll look at how AI could change education. Will it help students and teachers, or could it take away the human connection that makes learning special? AI is starting to show up in schools, helping students learn in new ways. But some people worry it could replace teachers and take away the personal connection that makes education so special. Bill Gates and Jesus talk about this. Can AI in education help teachers, or is it a risk to what really matters?
I care a lot about education. AI can do some amazing things in schools. It can adjust lessons for each student, letting them learn at their own speed. It can also help in places where there aren't enough good teachers. But I get the concern. If we rely on AI too much, will it take away the human side of learning? Can a machine ever inspire a child like a great teacher can?
That's a good question, Bill. Teaching isn't just about sharing facts. It's about showing care and helping kids grow as people. AI can help, but it can't replace the kindness and love that a teacher brings. If you use AI to support teachers, it could be a wonderful tool. But if you let it take over, something very important will be lost.
I agree. AI should help teachers, not take their place. Teachers do so much more than teach. They guide kids and help them understand the world. But there's another problem. Some schools can afford the best AI tools while others can't. How do we make sure AI helps all kids, not just the ones in richer schools?
You're right to think about that, Bill. If only wealthy schools get AI, it creates more division instead of unity. Real education should lift everyone up, not just a few. It's like planting seeds in every garden, not just the ones with the best soil. The goal should be to share these tools with everyone, so all children can grow and learn.
That makes sense. We need to make sure AI tools reach all students, no matter where they live. But here's another question. Can AI really match a teacher's creativity or understand what a child needs? What if it changes the way kids think or see the world?
AI is only as good as what it's taught, Bill. A great teacher doesn't just give answers, they help students think for themselves. If AI takes over, it might limit how kids see the world. But if teachers lead and use AI wisely, it can open new possibilities. Education isn't just about learning facts, it's about helping kids grow into wise and caring people.
That's true. AI can make education better, but we have to be careful about how we use it. What advice would you give to teachers and leaders who are trying to figure this out?
Tell them this: always put the child first. Use AI as a tool, but never forget that love, patience, and guidance are what make learning truly special. Let the teacher lead, and let AI help. When you focus on what's best for the child, you'll find the right balance.
This conversation shows that AI can be a great help in education, but it can't replace the human touch that makes learning so meaningful. What do you think? How can AI and teachers work together to make learning better for everyone? Next, we'll talk about a tough issue: ethics in AI. Can we trust people to make AI that's fair and safe for everyone? AI has the power to do amazing things, but it's not perfect. It can copy human biases, invade privacy, or even be used in harmful ways. Can we trust people to make AI fair and safe?
AI is just a tool, and like any tool, it depends on how we use it. The problem is, people who build AI can have biases without even knowing it. For example, some hiring systems using AI have been unfair to certain groups. I think we can fix these issues, but it's hard. Do you think it's possible to make AI fair for everyone?
You're right, Bill. AI reflects the people who create it. If it's built with bias, it will act with bias. But the real question isn't just about fixing the AI. It's about making sure the people behind it want fairness and justice. If you work to make yourselves fair, you can build something better for everyone.
That makes sense. But what about people who might misuse AI? Some might use it to spy on others or even create weapons. How do we stop that? Should we even make powerful AI if it can be used in dangerous ways?
Every good thing can also be used for harm. Fire can keep people warm, but it can also destroy. The same is true for AI. The question isn't just whether to make it, but why you're making it. If you create AI with love and care for others, you'll also find ways to protect against harm before it happens.
That's true, but technology moves so fast. Sometimes we find problems only after they've already caused damage. How can we stay ahead of these risks?
Going fast can be risky if you don't take time to think. Imagine planting a tree. You don't just look at how quickly it grows. You think about its roots and how it will help others in the future. Slow down when you need to, and focus on building something strong and safe. That's how you stay ahead.
I like that idea. But here's another challenge. People don't always agree on what's fair. What seems right to one person might feel wrong to another. How do we deal with that?
Fairness isn't about making everyone happy. It's about seeing and valuing everyone. Treat others the way you'd want to be treated. When you act with love and respect, even disagreements can lead to better understanding. You might not find perfect answers, but you'll create a path everyone can walk together.
This conversation shows that building AI isn't just about technology. It's about the people creating it. We have to look at ourselves to make sure AI helps everyone. What do you think? How can we make AI both powerful and fair? Next, we'll dive into another big question. Who should be in charge of regulating AI, and how do we balance innovation with safety? AI is growing fast and changing the world, but who should make sure it's used the right way? Should governments be in charge? Should companies control it? Or do we need global rules? Bill Gates and Jesus talk about this important question. Who should regulate AI, and how can we keep it safe while still allowing progress?
This is a hard question. AI moves so fast that governments can't always keep up. Some people think companies should lead because they understand AI best. Others believe governments should make the rules to protect people. Then there's the idea of global rules, but it's really hard to get countries to agree. So who should take charge?
It's a big responsibility, Bill. Power and responsibility need to go together. If one group has all the control, others can be left behind or even harmed. The best answer is for everyone to work together. Experts can guide the process, and leaders can make sure people are treated fairly.
That sounds good, but it's not simple. Companies focus on making progress, and they might not like rules that slow them down. Governments can create laws, but they're often slow to act. Global rules are a nice idea, but countries don't always agree. How can we get everyone to work as a team?
Working together starts with shared values. If people agree on what matters most, like fairness, safety, and helping others, they can build something better. It takes patience and trust. Moving slowly to get it right is better than rushing into mistakes. The goal isn't just rules, it's building trust and understanding.
That's true, but there's another problem. A lot of technology is controlled by just a few big companies or countries. That gives them too much power. What if only a small group gets to decide how AI is used? Should we be worried about that?
Power can do good things, but it can also cause harm if it's not shared. People with power need to see it as something they use to help others, not to hold on to for themselves. The more you share responsibility and let others have a voice, the safer it will be for everyone.
That's a good point. But sometimes I wonder if people care enough about fairness and doing the right thing. What if greed or competition gets in the way? How can we make sure the right people are making decisions about AI?
Greed and fear can make people lose sight of what's important. But the answer is simple. Choose leaders who care about others and make decisions with love and wisdom. Leadership isn't about controlling, it's about serving. When leaders put people first, better choices will follow.
This conversation shows how important it is to share power and make responsible decisions about AI. It's not just about who makes the rules, but why they're making them and how they help everyone. What do you think? Who should take charge of AI, and how can we make sure it's used for good? This conversation reminds us that technology is a powerful tool, but its true purpose is to serve humanity. It's up to each of us to ask how we can use it to create a better, kinder world. What about you? What would you ask if you had the chance to sit down with Bill Gates and Jesus? Let this dialogue inspire you to reflect on the role of technology in your life and share your thoughts with others. If you found this conversation meaningful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more discussions like this, and share your ideas in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective.